Every single one of us has conversations going on in our minds. The words you speak to yourself when nobody's around, the voice you hear when you're tired, when you're broken, when you're tempted to quit, that voice is the one that determines how far you go. Most people lose the battle not because life is too heavy, but because they keep feeding themselves the wrong words. You tell yourself you're not enough, and before long you believe it. You tell yourself you can't do it, and your actions start lining up with that lie. But what if for just 3 days you flip the script? What if for 3 days you refuse to let weakness dictate your language? What if for 3 days you spoke strength into your own soul? Words shape reality. The way you talk to yourself is the way you train your mind to respond to adversity. If you keep telling yourself you're tired, you'll quit earlier. If you tell yourself you're built for this, you'll find strength you didn't know existed. Stop telling yourself what you can't do and start telling yourself who you are. You are not average. You are not here to just exist. You are here to fight, to grow, to build something with your life. For 3 days, every time doubt creeps in, replace it with conviction. Every time fear speaks, respond with faith. Your mind will believe what you tell it. If you keep speaking excuses, they will multiply. If you speak victory, it will start to rise inside of you. When you're tired, tell yourself, I've got more in me. When you're tempted to quit, tell yourself, this is where I get stronger. When you feel like life is unfair, tell yourself, this is the weight I was built to carry. Because self-talk isn't about comfort. It's about courage. It's about pushing yourself forward when everything inside you wants to retreat. And here's the truth. It doesn't take a year to see change. It doesn't take a month. It takes 3 days of consistent, intentional language. For 3 days, if you refuse to let negativity win the conversation inside your head, you will feel your momentum shift. You will feel your confidence climb. You will realize that the only thing that has been holding you back was the story you kept repeating to yourself. What you repeat becomes who you are. If you say, I can't, that becomes your identity. If you say, I will, that becomes your fuel. Every word is a seed. Plant strength, plant resilience, plant purpose. And watch what happens in just 3 days. You'll wake up different. You'll walk different. You'll carry yourself with a power that people can feel without you even saying a word. So I challenge you, talk to yourself differently. Not next week, not someday, 3 days. That's all. Look in the mirror and speak life. Face your struggle and speak victory. Confront your weakness and speak strength. And if you can discipline your mouth for just 3 days, you'll realize the person you've been waiting to become has been inside you all along. Do this for 3 days and you won't go back. Words shape your reality because every sentence you speak to yourself is either building you up or breaking you down. Think about it. When you constantly say, I'm tired, I can't, I'll never make it, you are already creating a ceiling above your potential. You are building chains with your own tongue. But when you shift that language, when you say, I'm capable, I'm built for this, I will figure it out, you unlock strength you didn't even know was in you. The words you choose determine the energy you carry, the way you see challenges, and the way you attack life. Your reality is nothing more than the reflection of the conversations you've been having with yourself. If you want a different outcome, you must change the dialogue. You can't speak defeat and expect victory. You can't speak fear and expect courage. The life you're living right now is the product of the words you've been planting. Change your words, and you'll change your world. Speak life, not limitations, because the world will already try to put enough limits on you. You don't need to add to the pile by tearing yourself down. Too often people rehearse their excuses instead of rehearsing their vision. They talk more about what they can't do, what they don't have, and what's holding them back than they do about the fire burning inside them. Every time you speak limitation, you're reinforcing a wall between you and your potential. But when you speak life, you're breaking that wall brick by brick. Speaking life means declaring possibility even when you don't see it yet. It means telling yourself, I'm strong enough when everything feels heavy. It means saying, I will find a way when doors close in your face. Words are seeds. Limitations kill the soil, but life brings growth. If you want to rise, you can't feed your spirit with negativity. Start planting life-giving words and watch how your mindset, your energy, and your results begin to shift. Your mind believes what you tell it, whether it's the truth or a lie. That's the power of self-talk. Your brain doesn't argue with your words, it follows them. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough Eventually, your actions will align with that belief. If you tell yourself you'll fail, you'll approach challenges with hesitation, already expecting defeat. But the same works in your favor. If you tell yourself you're capable, your mind starts searching for ways to back that up. If you tell yourself you're resilient, you'll find strength in moments where most people would break. Your mind is like soil. It doesn't care what you plant, it will grow whatever seed you drop in it. Speak doubt and you'll harvest fear. Speak belief and you'll harvest courage. The voice you use when you talk to yourself becomes the compass for your life. Train your mind to believe in victory, and you'll start walking like someone who cannot be stopped. Talk yourself into action, not out of it. Because the easiest thing in the world is to create excuses that justify staying still. Your mind will whisper reasons why today isn't the right day, why you're too tired, why it's safer to wait. And if you listen long enough, you'll find yourself standing in the same place year after year, wondering why nothing has changed. But champions don't let their self-talk become a cage. They use it as fuel. When the weight feels heavy, they say, one more rep. When the road feels long, they say, one more mile. When the opportunity feels intimidating, they say, this is exactly where I grow. Talking yourself into action doesn't mean you feel ready. It means you create readiness through movement. Your words should be a trigger, not a trap. Every time you want to retreat, speak words that push you forward. Remind yourself that progress is built on steps, not excuses. When you learn to direct your inner voice toward action, you'll stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating them. 3 days can shift your momentum because transformation doesn't always take years. It takes decision, focus, and consistency in small windows of time. Too often we trick ourselves into thinking change is some massive, distant mountain we can't climb. But momentum is built in short bursts. Give yourself 3 days of intentional, disciplined self-talk, and you'll feel the shift. 3 days of replacing every excuse with a declaration of strength. And 3 days of refusing to let doubt win a single conversation. 3 days of speaking possibility when your circumstances scream otherwise. That's all it takes to change the rhythm of your spirit. When you do this, you begin to prove to yourself that you are in control of your direction, not your feelings. And once you taste that shift, once you feel that surge of power and clarity, you won't want to go back. 3 days can ignite a fire that makes you hungrier for more. It's not about perfection. It's about momentum. 3 days is enough to set your life on a new course. What you repeat becomes who you are, because repetition is the blueprint your life follows. The words you say over and over again don't just float away. They carve patterns in your mind, they shape the way you think, and eventually they dictate how you live. If you keep repeating weakness, you'll start to walk like someone defeated. If you keep repeating excuses, your life will reflect delay after delay. But if you repeat strength, you'll start carrying yourself with power. If you repeat faith, you'll see opportunities where others only see obstacles. Repetition builds identity. That's why people who constantly say, I can't, end up living small lives, while people who say, I will, end up creating breakthroughs. Every time you repeat something, you're reinforcing it like striking the same nail deeper into wood. So you have to ask yourself, what are you driving into your spirit every day? What are you programming into your life? Because sooner or later, your words stop being what you say. They become who you are. Choose wisely, because your repetition today is your reality tomorrow. So here's the truth. Your words are not just sounds, they are seeds, they are weapons, they are blueprints for your future. For 3 days, if you dare to change the conversation in your head, you'll realize you've been carrying power you never tapped into. Speak life, not limitations. Remind yourself daily that your mind will believe what you feed it. Talk yourself into action, not hesitation. Give it 3 days of fire, 3 days of faith, 3 days of discipline, and watch the momentum shift. Because what you repeat, you eventually become. This isn't about 3 days. It's about proving to yourself that you are not at the mercy of doubt, fear, or excuses. You control the voice inside. You control the language you live by. And when you master that, you master the direction of your life. 3 days can light a fire that never burns out. 3 days can unlock a version of you the world has yet to see. So talk to yourself like you believe in the person you were created to be. And then go out and live it.